Hello and welcome to pmclounge.com. Today we are talking about quality control measurements. And if you're into reading articles rather than watching videos, as always, first link in the description will take you to our corresponding article on pmclounge.com website about quality control measurements. So do check that out if you're into reading articles. That being clear, that being said, let's get started. Now, first of all, where are we? So quality control measurements, this is actually one of the key outputs of the control quality process. And if you're wondering where this process falls in, then here it is. Control quality, this is the process under monitoring and controlling process group in the quality management knowledge area. So we are talking about one of the outputs of this process. Now we have covered these all of these processes actually, and second link in the description will take you to an entire playlist of quality management knowledge area. Very important. Do check that out. So let's talk about quality control measurements. Now, in the control quality process, in this process, what do? You are essentially looking out for issues or defects, bugs. You're looking for that, right? And when you're doing so, you could only get two kinds of outputs. One is either you'll get a result after you're done with your inspection, looking out for issues, defects, bugs, and second is you'll get some repair work. If you find a defect, you're going to repair it, right? So these are the only two kinds of outputs you can expect out of control quality process. So all the outputs of control quality process fall into these two categories, which is what I just talked about. And this is one of the reasons why we don't discuss every single input, every single tool and technique, every single output, because we want you to think in this way. We want you to understand how inputs, tools and techniques, outputs are correlated, how processes are correlated, how this entire PGKA mapping works. All right, let's move on. So before moving further, let me remind you, if you're looking for Project Management 101 training, it is a free 1.5 hour training where we have covered the basics of project management. Head over to pmclounge.com/pm101. This is free for everyone. Do check that out. All right, so let's talk more about quality control measurements. Now, we've talked about the two categories of outputs you can expect in the control quality process. And by looking at the name of this output, quality control measurements, it should be clear that it falls in the first category, which is the result of an inspection. So, what do you get when you're looking at results of an inspection? Of course, you're going to get uh, defects found, you're going to get number of test cases executed, passed or failed. These all are the result of an inspection, right? So when you perform inspections in the control quality process, quality control measurements is an output that you get, which gives you numbers. How many defects, bugs, issues were found? It gives you numbers. How many test cases you have executed? How many of them passed? How many of them failed? And stuff like that. So this is basically the content of quality control measurements output. Some food for thought here, since we are talking about quality management. How about you compare this data? You compare this output, quality control measurement, with previous projects. Can you draw conclusions? Can you draw patterns based on comparing this data? Can you do that? Yes or no? Now, if you were to do that, which of the 7 basic quality tools would you use? And I'll share a link. Third link in the description will take you to the entire playlist of 7 basic quality tools. So these questions are basically some food for thought for you. And in fact, let me share an example on real life projects. A lot of time, this process is actually done. You basically compare data that you receive as part of the quality control measurements, and you compare it with previous project, just so you can see how you're doing in this project versus how you have done in the previous project versus how is the company's or the organization's average, right? So you do that. But which of the 7 basic quality tools can you use? Let me know in the comments. So that's all that we had in this video. Do hit the like button if you got value out of it, if you understood the concept of quality control measurements. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to stay notified whenever we upload new content. And don't forget to check out the website pmclounge.com, your number one free PMP resource. Thank you.